Good morning, everybody. This is John Scarborough. We've got some new sheep today on the farm. We've got three mothers who are probably a couple years old, and they've got some lambs with them. We just now put them in here in this pasture. Y'all can see the bulls back there feeding on some hay. We put them in here together. These sheep right here, I wish I could have got started filming when I first put them in there. They were funny. They come up over there and they sniffed them, and then they just took off running like they didn't know what in the world they were. It was hilarious. A lot of these sheep haven't really even been with lambs. They were lambs themselves, and I had them. They're a little bit younger, but they hadn't been with lambs. But I just thought I'd kind of give y'all a little short video. I don't know if they'll come together or not. It was pretty comical to see. But those new mother ewes that I got over there, they're a little thin. They were wormy when I first got them. So I bought them. I could tell they were wormy, so I left them apart. I kept the pasture separated. I actually put the bulls in with them. I'd put the bulls in there, then I'd unrolled some hay. And so I put the bulls in there with them because I know that when you cross them like that, their parasites will actually cross apart. So I just kind of figure, because if you don't know, when you put a sheep and a cow together, their parasites will will continue to go into the host. Okay, so a cow's parasites will go into the sheep, and then the sheep parasite will go into the cow. And they'll go in there and they'll go all the way through their life cycle, and then they'll die right at the end. So it never hurts the cow, and it never hurts the sheep, but it's a wonderful way to kill off parasites. I'm gonna see if I can get a little bit closer to these lambs. These lambs are really pretty lambs. The sheep are a little thin still. They're just, like I said, they were a bit wormy. The guy I bought them from, he was selling them because he was starting to run out of some hay, and he was getting desperate. So I was glad he went ahead and got them sold. To make sure that he didn't have any issues there. But I think they're going to be good lambs. Him and his wife seemed like a great couple. Seemed like great people. Really enjoyed meeting them. They're gonna try to stay in the sheep business as well. They were down in South Louisiana. But I decided to keep them separated, and you can tell they still got dried manure on their tails, but it's dry now. When I first got them, it was wet. And then of course they're still skinny because it's going to take them a while to pick back up. Once they get skinny while they're nursing, it can take any animal time to get back up, from that. But we left them separated, and then we gave them some diatomaceous earth. That was my first time using it on sheep. I've used it on a couple other things. Me and my wife actually take diatomaceous earth from time to time, just kind of as a supplement, because it's got different things it's got silica in it, which is really good for your skin and nails, and it's also good for your bones, and it's good for different parts of your body, and so it's a really good source of that. But it's also good they say it's a natural dewormer, and I've never taken it for that, but it sure isn't going to hurt. And I've given it to some dogs and stuff, but I've never known for sure if it worked. But this guy, he said that's what he had used, and he had had good luck. And so I was like, well, I'm all for it. It's a natural, it's all natural. It's got good supplemental benefits, period, so why not? So I mixed it up, pretty good dose, and I gave that to him a couple times while they were across with the bulls. So I left them over there for about a week now, just because I don't want to bring in any parasites to my other sheep. But it's not just that. Sometimes you have things with one group of sheep, like even if I didn't think these had worms or anything, sometimes you have certain things with one group of animals that that one group of animals has been exposed to something on its own farm, and then your group of animals has been exposed to something else on their farm. And it may be that their bodies has adapted to whatever that is. It could be a parasite, it could be a certain type of fungus, you just don't know for sure. It could be all kinds of different things that their bodies could have adapted to, but the ones on your farm have not adapted to, or it could be vice versa. So a lot of times, if I can, that's not always easy to do, but if I can, when I bring in new animals from another farm to my farm, I like to leave them separated for a time. I like to give them a chance to kind of adapt to the farm a little bit, and it is a little bit of a hassle, you know. But I also like to give them a chance to make sure they're clean up on any worms and stuff. And you know, I try not to use any kind of medicines or anything like that. But sometimes you have to do that. You know, you need to take care of your animals regardless. So you know, we try to do things natural, but that doesn't mean that you don't need to take care of your animals. You don't want to let them down, you know. So you own them and you've got them here, so it's your job to take good care of them. But anyway, those are some cute little babies. I love the little brown ones. He said that they're all Katahdin. I wasn't aware that there are any brown Katahdin. So if anybody knows much about sheep or Katahdins or anything, I'd love to hear your input on these sheep. What you think about the way they look, their condition, how full blood they look. You know, I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. If someone knows a lot about it, I'm still learning a lot in the sheep world. You know, and I don't mind. I love learning new stuff from other people as well. I don't want people to get the impression that I'm just too naive and not willing to learn other things from other people, you know. But guys, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off for this video. I just wanted to show you all this, kind of show you all a little bit about what we got. I'm gonna walk up here real quick. I'm gonna show you one last thing on the gate real quick. I mean, it's pretty simple, but what we did do, and we don't always do this, but we kind of did them right across the gate from each other, and that way they would actually be exposed to each other but not necessarily be able to get into each other. Now these type of animals, I'm not worried about them fighting and killing each other off, but what's going to happen when you do through the gate like this is they're smelling of each other. They'll smell each other's noses back and forth through this gate, and then but they're not laying near each other's manure. They're not getting too close to each other and allowing parasites to get to go back and forth, and just things like that, you know. So that's kind of what I do. That's my take on it. It's worked so far. You know, if y'all have other things that y'all do when y'all do that, let me know. I mean, because what I did was I left the gate back there to that pasture opened. This is kind of a catch area between here, and then so that way they can just sit here and smell each other through the fence, you know. And then we just did that for right about a week. So anyway, guys, y'all let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that and what y'all do on that kind of thing. So like and subscribe for more, guys.